Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Edge of Fate seal title. You guys are going to be able to use this video as a central hub, similar to what I did with previous seasons and expansions. You guys are going to be able to use this video as a central hub for all the information that you may require, including all of the locations for certain things. I've already posted separate videos for different locations, but if you guys want to see those collectible locations, they are in the description. I'm going to briefly touch over them and talk about them in this video as well. But if you want to see the locations, this is where this central hub aspect of this video comes in handy, because I'm going to have all the links to all those videos in the description and the pinned comments so that you never get lost on where to go and what to look for. So let's get started. The first triumph has you completing the main quest of Edge of Fate. You got to complete the full campaign. There will be parts where it splits into different subsections, but don't get confused about the blue icon quests. Those don't matter for the main quest line. Anything tied to the in-game quest tab without being a blue icon that you pick up later is what you focus on for this triumph. The next triumph has you doing all of the missions on legendary difficulty. The missions you need to do are the Invitation, the Fallow, Nostos, Commencement, Saturnism, Transient, Gouge, Morphology, Charge, Disruption, Calculus, Quarantine, Criticality, and the Message. There's a lot of missions you have to do, but these two triumphs here are separated into two parts because of all of these missions. The next one has you doing all of the side quests across Kepler. All the side quests that you have to do for Kepler are as follows. There are 5 Ikora tasks: Faculty Advisement, Hyperreal G-Man, Dark Academia, Forensic Horology, and just a quick disclaimer, the final Ikora raid quest is not out at the time of making this video. If I had to guess, it was probably something based on post-raid or mid-season reclamation stuff. Either way, this won't matter too much because I'll explain why in a few. You also have 4 separate side quests for Lodi and Orin. Lodi's requests are Vessel of the Nine, Orientation, The Man Out of Time, and Turophile. Orin has Orin's pieces: Skylines, Sacred Emergence, the Paper Crane, Transfer of Power, and the final side quest is one single side quest. In the triumphs, it's listed as Drifter's Undertaking, but the actual title of this quest is Correspondence. It's the only thing on Kepler that Drifter gives you as a quest. Once you complete all of these quests, you will have this triumph complete. None of these are really all that difficult. They all mark everything that you have to do, all the hidden locations on the map. So usually once you get into that area, you'll see something that's out of the ordinary that you can usually interact with. Sometimes it'll be a single ghost on the ground that's really hard to spot. Other times it'll literally just be Orin's emissary body laying on the ground. So everything will be marked on the map. The next triumph is to do certain missions for the Edge of Fate campaign on Fabled and Mythic difficulty. These missions only include Charge, Commencement, Quarantine, Gouge, and the Message this time around. You do not have to do all of the other expansion missions. Time Latch missions are also needed for another triumph. This is where the other missions that you didn't see for the previous one come in handy. Time Latch missions are unlockable and replayable after the campaign is beaten. There is a separate node on Kepler's directory. They're basically any of the expansion missions that you came across while doing the campaign, except this time you can adjust the difficulty and matchmake on lower difficulties with other Guardians. You have to do these on Fabled or Mythic difficulty. The next triumph has you acquiring the exotic weapon Graviton Spike. This is a special side quest that will go active after the campaign is beaten. You go across the entirety of Kepler, finding hidden locations and collecting pieces that help you build this Graviton Spike, ultimately ending in one activity that I will talk about in a second called the Sieve. So this is where the first link to all of my videos are going to be coming together. The next triumph has you acquiring all of the hidden intrinsic and upgrade perks for the Graviton Spike weapon, but they are all hidden through mysteries on Kepler itself. If you want to see all the locations for that, here's a little banner at the top of your video that you can click that'll take you there. Plus, it's also in the description and the comment section of this video. I will be showing all 3 intrinsic perks and each of the 3 upgrades for Rapid Hits, Subsistence, Transcendent Zen, and Temporal Alignment. The next triumph has you unlocking Mattermorph, Matterspark and its upgrades, Rosetta and its upgrades, and Relocator and its upgrades. These can all be done within the Edge of Fate campaign itself. There won't be any extra backtracking or bonus work to get these upgrades. The only difference is Matterspark has a final upgrade that seems to be available through Fabled difficulty. I haven't personally tested this myself, but I do have a friend that claims that he's gotten the triumph from completing the campaign on Fabled and that he's unlocked all 4 of the Matterspark upgrades. So if you're struggling for that and you really want to get that, check out Fabled. You're probably going to end up getting it. If not, don't worry about it. I'll mention that again later on in this video as to why. The next triumph has you using Matterspark, Relocator, or Mattermorph to defeat opponents. This one is insanely easy. You just farm out kills with Relocator as much as you can while in the campaign. You're basically going to finish the story with this triumph complete. Complete the mission Criticality in under 10 minutes on Fabled. This one will definitely be tough solo. It is possible, but it would probably be better if you do this with a team. Criticality is also one of the time latch missions or expansion missions that you can find through the time latch node in the directory. The next triumph is to earn FATED Ciphers from activities on Kepler. These can be from simple activities such as freeing Aeonians from cells, fighting bosses. Usually you can tell it's a FATED cipher if there's a little ball of energy on the ground saying that you have to complete an encounter before collecting, but ultimately this is just something that you can keep going back and forth to the same exact location to get these done and just farm out the FATED ciphers in the same location. The next triumph is to defeat bosses in the Sieve. The Sieve is an activity that is unlockable after the campaign only. This activity only appears periodically on the map of Kepler. They will not be active all the time. See a little note in the center of the map of Kepler that tells you when the Sieve is going to be activated again. Could be minutes, could be hours before the next one activates. But when you have the option to go into the Sieve, it will be right there in the center. Click that node when it's up, load in with a few people, and there's only 3 bosses that you have to fight. Each one are available on day 1, but they also don't really spawn frequently. If you are missing one, you're not guaranteed to get that next boss first. You're probably going to get duplicates of the same boss before you get all 3. Last but not least, the bonus section. And I call this a bonus section because everything else here is stuff I talked about in other videos. The Kepler ability chests. These chests are all based on the upgrades you've unlocked across the course of Edge of Fate campaign, ranging from Matterspark to Mattermorph to Relocator to Rosetta, all of which are marked on the map itself. Well, that is when you get near them. But to help with that, I will include locations in the description and comment section of this video, as it is important to have this as a separate portion to all viewers so that people don't have to constantly skip over and over to try to figure out things in this video. I know that's what timestamps are for, but trust me, I've had the comments before telling me to just do separate things. So I'm honoring those comments. And last but not least, urn locations. These urns are randomly found across different locations on Kepler. Sometimes these are a little bit more challenging than opening the Kepler ability chests. Nodes will appear as you get closer to solving those mysteries, allowing you to come back if you're getting stuck on them. And sometimes these will be merged with other secrets, or even side quests. But to find all the urn locations, here's a separate video for that, also in the description and comment section. So there may have been a few gaps in this video of things that I didn't talk about, and there's a reason why I didn't talk about them and I didn't include them in the video on how to get the seal title. The seal title is available by completing 24 of the available triumphs. You do not actually have to complete every single triumph in this list to get the seal title. So, Mattermorph's final upgrade, Icor Array's final quest, not required. Doing missions on Mythic, not required. At most, you'll probably have to do some things on Fabled, but ultimately, you won't really have to do all that much. That is all for the Edge of Seal. Really, Nick? Edge of Seal? Wow. That is all for the Edge of Fate seal title. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Hope this was helpful. Please drop a like on this video. Send this to your friends. Do whatever you want to help get this video out there. You guys don't know how many days, how many hours, and how much footage, how many gigabytes of footage I have sat through editing just to get this up and properly for everybody. I did not want to miss anything. I did not want to screw anything up. So I made sure tenfold that I would get this right. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you soon. In what? I don't know.